One of the things we wanted to do is have a library that would meet the 21st century needs of our citizens. We feel very strongly that we are an integral part of the educational environment for Washington County and much a part of the economic growth. What happens in our community is important to us. We wanted a place where people could come, could continue to educate themselves, self-directed education, the ability to expand their knowledge base and their job attainments. But we also wanted it to be a place, the third good place in our community, where people would want to come, be together, sit down, maybe over a cup of coffee, listen to a lecture, read, interact with other citizens, with civic discourse on important issues facing our community, our state, and the world. And we felt the library was the place for that to happen.
The library, it's an anchor. You know, it's an anchor for families in the community. It's an anchor for business people in the community. You know, I've been a downtown business person for 25 years. I use the library all the time, whether it's looking at publications or some of the subscriptions that you cannot get anywhere else. At the older library, over 1,000 people a day came in here. Many more will come to this facility. Those people will benefit downtown Hagerstown and Washington County, and there's a lot of resources here that they're going to take home to benefit them.
When we started to envision what we wanted for the library, besides obviously the right to put in good technology and good communal spaces and wonderful collection spaces, we also wanted it to stand for something in our community. We wanted it to portray the richness of the history of Hagerstown in Washington County. So there's a lot of symbolism in this library. As you come into the atrium and look up into that beautiful sky that you see shining down to the atrium, what that is the symbolic of the roundhouse and the turntable that made us the manufacturing and transportation hub of this region. We pay homage to our rich manufacturing and transportation history. If you look at the artwork over the circulation desk, you will see that. That was all, whether it's the C&O Canal or the Pope car or the Fairchild flying boxcar, this was all intrinsic to the fabric of Hagerstown in Washington County.
When I was a pup, my mother, who taught 44 years in West Virginia public schools, she went with me to the first grade, and she told the teachers then, and the teachers all through my educational career, you teach my son to read, because if he can read, he can do anything. And how true is that? And then to me, that manifests itself for adults or for people out of the public education system. That's the library. This is the place where you can have access to the information that you need to be successful in almost anything that you want to be.
Well, the library is what I call a treasure trove. Here you can discover almost anything. If you're interested in art, you can go to the world's greatest museums. You don't have to buy a ticket to fly on an airplane to go to St. Petersburg or to the Vatican. You can sit here in the comfort of this building and walk through those galleries. If you're interested in doing in-depth research, the ability to do that is right here, not only through the existing resources that we have within the building, but also through computers that connect us with the entire globe.
A place to discover. It's a place to discover things in the meetings that are held in the Western Maryland room, where you can come in and do research, in the meeting with staff. There are going to be classes for computers, there are going to be classes for different computer programs. So there's a variety of ways of learning and I hope also enjoying.
We are here in the Western Maryland room specifically to study history. We're not looking ahead. We're looking backwards We have some documents that date back to the 1700s. Some are printed books and some are original manuscripts. Main use would be family research or genealogy. Second big use here, of course, would be Civil War. Ironically, most people don't guess the third use, but the third big use, high school yearbooks.
We want the library to be more than a place just to come and check out a book. I mean, there's so much more now with the technology. We want families to be involved. That's what it's all about. We want to make this the good, great place, where everybody can come and share and have a good time and learn and benefit from this wonderful resource.
It's here for the people to use however they need to use it. Some people need to come in, use the computers because they don't have computers at home, or some people come in on their lunch break real quick to get a book. It's a meeting place. There's some wonderful meeting rooms here. It's a place for teenagers to come after school and be at a safe environment. It's a place for little kids to come in for story times, whether their daycare providers bring them or their parents. It's a really cool place. And Bookmobile is that extra extension. It's the extension for people that can't get in. Maybe they're less fortunate, maybe they're infirm, maybe they're homebound, maybe they're just a bunch of kids or whatever.
We have 7 branch libraries, and just running them in alphabetical order because that's the way of the library would be Boonesboro, Clear Spring, Hancock, Keedysville, Sharpsburg, Smithsburg, and Williamsport. They're a vital part to the community that they're in. It's the place where the parents can go well, they can take their children for story time. The teens, there's teen events, there's adult book clubs, there's knitting groups, there's just so many things happening.
I think that a lot of youngsters growing up have interests that they don't know about. It's good to provide them with the opportunities. Andrew Carnegie built a lot of library buildings. He didn't put things in them, books and so forth, but the idea was the opportunity was there. No one was forced to do it. So you've got to give people these opportunities. Not everybody is going to be making full use of the opportunities, but you've got to make the opportunities available for the people who will seek them out.
This has been a great project from beginning to end, and it has been a tremendous, not only investment in our community, but a tremendous accomplishment for our community. To be able to have this go from an idea to a plan to actual construction and then opening has been a success every step along the way. Well, my hat is off to everybody that has made this project move forward because it's for the betterment of the community. It's good for our citizens, it's good for visitors too, and it's going to be good for every single downtown business.
My hope is that the public will be so enamored by this institution and what it has to offer that it will not only utilize all of its facilities, but it will continue to generously support and enable this library to meet the challenges as we move through the 21st century and into the 22nd.
I think we provide a place to grow, to learn more in a fun way. This is not a classroom, it's a place for people to discover